Hello. So I was just about to make my salad dressing, and I know that Mom's always been asking for my recipe or how to make it, and so I thought I would make a quick video to show you how I make my salad dressing. It's a little bit different each time I make it, but I think I've gotten it pretty perfected to how I like it. So first you'll need to start with one of the salad dressing cruets that you can find right at the store. So this is the salad dressing cruet. It comes with these little top things. And there's a couple lines on it already. This one's for vinegar, this one's for water, and this one's for oil. So you can notice there's a lot of oil that goes in there. If you're using olive oil, it's really good for you, but I personally like to do more vinegar than oil. So it's low calorie and really full of flavor. So I'll show you using this cruet how I make mine. So first I start with vinegar, and you really can use any kind of vinegar you want. I've got all kinds. I've got raspberry wine, I've got your typical apple cider vinegar, white distilled, which is super easy, or balsamics. My preference is the organic unfiltered apple cider vinegar. It basically, because it's raw, unfiltered, and quote with the mother, it just has all sorts of beneficial probiotic qualities to it, on top of all those other benefits that you may have read in magazines and whatnot about apple cider vinegar. So that's what I use. I think you can find this vinegar in the regular section for apple cider vinegar. However, if you can't find it there, at Wegmans it's in the natural food section, so the health food section. And before I open it, I just give it a little shake to kind of mix it up a little bit, and then I add quite a bit. So I would say that I add it to about the midway line between the water and the oil. So right between those two lines are about where I put the vinegar to. Sometimes I like to add a little bit of just all kinds of flavors to give it a really robust taste. So I'm going to add just a little bit of the raspberry vinegar, but it's whatever you want. Last week, instead of the raspberry, I added just a touch of the balsamic, and it's just, there's so many different variations to give different flavors to your salad that you can get just so creative. Next, you have to add olive oil. What I would suggest you go with is at least an extra virgin olive oil, or if it says that it's cold pressed, because if the process to get the olive oil is, if there's heat involved, it kills a lot of the beneficial, many of the benefits to olive oil. So if it's cold pressed, you know that you're actually getting the benefits that they say there are to getting the olive oil. But there's also so many different other options for you. Like this garlic infused olive oil is freaking amazing. There's also, like, if you go to the public market, or you go and probably downtown, there's probably all kinds of specialty olive oil and vinegar shops. I just picked these up on vacation. This one, probably Tuscan herb, won't be too good in a salad dressing, maybe. But this is the lemon one that I'm really excited to try. I think it's going to be amazing. So we're going to do this one. There's also these cool little pour spouts that you can buy. I got it for $2. That makes it so it pours out really clean and nice. Okay, so we've added the vinegar, and it's a little bit more than halfway between the two lines, which is where I like it to be. And then I like to add my oil up to the second line, or, depending on how I feel, maybe I'll do less. Looks like this is pouring a little bit slowly. Maybe that's a sign not to do as much. So now I'm going to put in some regular olive oil. And you can see I came right below the line. Oh, and I want to show you one more olive oil. I got this down at the public market. This one is blueberry olive oil. There are so many flavors and varieties, and this one is amazing. So as you can see, all the different vinegars, all the different oils. I mean, I really have nothing compared to what's out there. You can make so many awesome combinations. Okay, so next you have to add some mustard, and I do kind of consider this to be, in any salad dressing, you need vinegar, you need oil, and I also do believe that you need mustard. What the mustard does is it keeps the oil and the vinegar from separating. Any good salad dressing, you want it to be blended up. You're going to shake your dressing before you put it on the salad and whatnot, but this mustard is going to really keep it as like a blended dressing. The mustard, you can just use your standard yellow mustard. The best, healthiest mustard is considered a whole grain honey Dijon mustard. The Dijon gives the dressing a little bit more of a tang, but I just like that this is really your healthiest version, the whole grain of the Dijon mustard. Dijon's supposed to be the healthiest mustard for you. So I take about a heaping spoonful. The Dijon is, again, way stronger than the regular mustard, so I've gone crazy with regular mustard, but the Dijon, do a little bit, see how you like it, and then, mix it, add from there. So I put in the mustard. All right, so what's next? Garlic. I love garlic. Maybe you don't. Lauren, I know you do. So you gotta have a big old garlic. Garlic is actually so much healthier for you before it's heated. When it's heated, it loses a lot of its nutrients. So that's why a good way for me to get in raw garlic is to do it in the salad dressings, because I really like garlic flavor. And so I put in usually 2 big old heapings. So good. Okay. All right, and as I said earlier, I used the lemon olive oil, and I'm really looking for this one to have a citrusy lemon twist, so I'm going to put some lemon in it. Of course, ideally, you'd use a fresh lemon and squeeze it. I have like one of those little, I have one of these things. Whoa, the bottom of it broke, so I'm kind of making do with what I have. But I squeeze lemons into, well, that's actually my tea back there. I drink lemon water all day, so that would ideally be best. But I'm running low on lemons, so I'm going to just use some of this. And I'm going to make this one real lemony. So yeah, I think that's going to taste really good on my salad. So I'm going to just squeeze a whole bunch in there. And the last thing I like to always put in my dressing, we put a lot of flavor in there, so you hypothetically don't have to add anything else, and sometimes I don't, but I like a really strong flavor for my dressing because I don't want to have to use a lot of it. I want a little bit to go a long way, and I want my salad to be packed full of punch. So what I do is I still add a seasoning pack. You don't have to. This is just the cheap Tops brand, but if you go to the store, I think there's like Wishbone, Good Seasons, anything, just get the standard Italian dressing packs. They come in single, 3 packs. All right. Other things you could put in there, you could do fresh fruit juice. I would suggest if you do that to freshly squeeze things in there. Like if you're going to add peach or blueberry, maybe get the peaches or blueberries, wash them, remove any pits or anything from the fruit you're doing, put them in like a blender or something, get them down to like a liquidy pulp, and then add that to the dressing. The dressing, if you added the fruit juice, would probably only be good up to a week. But if you're just using the ingredients I used with things that are already in the fridge longer than that, then it'll literally last forever. Make sure that when you make it, you leave some ample room up top. Even just the littlest bit of air up to there would have been fine. Just so you can shake it and get it all worked up. All right, so we're going to shake it up. So yeah, look how good that is. Yeah. All right, I'm going to put it on my salad. Check this out. Fresh lettuce from the market. Shiitake mushrooms. Shredded carrot. What else do I got in here? Some tomato. It's kind of boring today. Sometimes I put like onion and celery and red pepper in it. So I just tried it. And it definitely is really good. The lemon, it's really lemony. I never did all that lemon stuff before. I really, really like it. I've done the blueberry balsamic before. That's a really good one. But yeah, as you can see, there's so many different ways you can do it. But that's really pretty much the amount of vinegar, oil, mustard, and then add everything else as you want in the combinations that you want. If you have any questions, let me know, and I love you guys. Bye.